The punchline very simply is, for everybody here, if you're not building brand, you're vulnerable. I don't know. You got, like, there's nobody here doing anything that isn't a commodity, including me. I just have brand. Brand. Every piece of clothes you're wearing, you could have bought somebody else's. You paid extra because there's a word on it. The end.
Yeah, I've never paid $100 for a pair of shoes in my life.
I appreciate you doing that. Right? I mean,
I've got a white pair too.
I really appreciate it, but like, I really appreciate that, and it speaks to my strategy, which is if I bring so much value, you notice, and this is gonna be advice for some of you as well, I do marketing and content. Most people that are the worst versions of me wanna sell you information, right? I'll give you some free content, and then there's gonna be a Gary VIP thing where you pay me $800 a month for the good content, right? Or the thing I'm probably the most proud of recently was that Gary V content deck that I put up. That was expensive to make. That was very easy to sell in the internet marketing personality world for a lot of money. I probably left $5 million on the table. I would have sold a lot of those at $2,000 a piece, especially how good it was, right? My plan is to give you so much value, never expect anything in return, and if you happen to wear sneakers or if you happen to drink wine, well then I'm interested, right? But I want no direct correlation to what I'm trying to do for you in the way I monetize. And that's where I think people break. They're not putting out nobody's putting out content for their community. They're trying to set up what they're trying to sell. And that's why a lot of you gravitated towards me, because intuitively, or after finally 3.5 years when you're like, when's the other shoe gonna drop? When it didn't, or actually it was a shoe that dropped instead of a $5,000 mastermind course, then you bought in. The middle is always the problem.
The middle's the problem.
You never ever wanna be in business in the middle. You either wanna be Walmart or you wanna be Cartier. Got it? This is why I always get pissed when the Jets win a random game late in the year. I want the #1 pick, not the 7th pick.
Right.
Like, the middle is the worst. Right? That's why I want to build monster businesses all the time, because I never want a little boutique thing. You know? AJ with Vayner Sports wants to be boutique. I want to sign every fucking player. Like, I don't know, that's what I do, right? Like, so the middle is the problem, and the internet's destroying the middle.
So you think it's gonna get worse?
Oh, dramatic. Like, just so everybody understands, like, cause, just looking around, everyone's gonna be around for a little bit. Everything that you're worried about from technology is about to be compounded because it's also momentum. It's consumer behavior. Guys, wait till you see what last mile is. Nobody's going to a fucking store. You want a root beer, a $3 root beer? Press a button, somebody's gonna walk it to your house. Like, 7-Eleven's out of business. I'm telling you right now, 7-Eleven is out of business. It's gonna take 13 years for me to recall this video to say that I was right. There's no need for 7-Eleven is across the street from my dad's store, right? Our $10, $13 hour employees like walk across and buy a Slurpee. Literally in 13 years, they're gonna press a button on their phone and somebody's gonna walk it to them. Convenience stores are gonna be inconvenient. Why are you ever gonna fucking leave?
What would be your strongest advice to get through that mentality of a professional who has worked 30 years doing XYZ and now is trying to stay relevant, because I'm having a hard time getting through to them?
I would just tell them that you actually don't care when they go out of business in 6 years.
Perfect.
You just tell them the truth.
Okay.
So you care about them, whether it's financially or personally, right?
Yeah,
That's life, right?
Yeah.
So you tell Rick the propaganda, the things we believe in. You tell Rick again, you tell Rick again, you tell Rick again, and then the 5th time you're like, Rick, I'm never gonna tell you again, and let me say something because we're gonna have a conversation in 6 years. When the internet continues to build scale and all your referral machines are gone because they do it themselves, when Zillows and Schmillows and everybody does it themselves. Do you understand what's happening? Amazon's gonna do it itself. Like, you're not paying referral fees anymore from the toll people, they're just gonna do it themselves. So like, when that happens, I'll be here for you. Like, when you actually tell them the truth, which is more, cool, fuck you, I'm gonna watch you die, not, hey, you shouldn't die. You know, nobody stopped smoking either, but then they cried about it when they were dying of lung cancer. I don't try to convince people. I tell them the truth, and then I let the ramifications fall, and I tell them my truth, which is, I love. Do you know how much I love when somebody says, I listened to you and good things happened? Admiration, it's the best feeling in the world. Funny for me, and luckily for me, I also really, 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 really love when people come up to me 4 years later and say, I didn't listen to you and my business went out of business. I love it. I don't love it because I'm a dick. I love it because I like capitalism and merit and the truth. If you do the wrong things happen. It's the reason I got into the parenting content. You do the wrong things, it's gonna not work out. You do the right things, it's gonna work out. You're being ideological. Probably because you have financial vested interest in that scenario. The problem is you have to widen your net so you don't spend any time trying to sell somebody you can't sell. Of course I show those losses. I put out a post the other day of like all the mistakes I made. Like I love that. So my biggest problem right now with Vayner is too many other people are involved in my losses. I can't show you on my vlog firing somebody because it's not fair to that person. So a lot of the shit that I'm going with, plus I'm like, you know, so anyway, the answer is of course. I think it's the best thing that my sister's doing with her journey in building out her real estate world, right? She's talking about that she sucks. It's very, very important. This is an industry that is built on faking it till you make it. Young kid comes in the industry, goes buys a suit that he can't afford, fucking tries to play it off, and then you actually meet the person. Authenticity is, that's also the middle. You know why is in trouble? The internet. No internet? Cruising. Because NBC and ABC and the Wall Street Journal had his back. Do you understand? Authenticity is no different than the last question. There's no other option.
So just
because you can't hide. You can't hide. You know how many fucking cameras are at this place? Wait till you see what the world looks like in 10 years. Camera for every person. Probably in the form of a piece of technology that nobody can think of right now, which eliminates Caleb and D-Rock's job, which is I throw a ball in the air and it follows me around. 360. Why not? Did you ever think you'd have an iPhone that was, the iPhone is more powerful computer than Ronald Reagan had his computers running the free world. That's 5 minutes ago in the scheme of things. One thing I'll tell you is I don't suppress anything. Like I put them on, like, and you know, I mean, D-Rock probably gets 50 fucking job offers a day. Like I create a culture that is sticky because of who I am and what I'm willing to do. And my ambition for them is the same thing my ambitions are for my admins. I hope Caleb wins a fucking Academy Award if in the back of his mind, he wants to be a great filmmaker. And at some point, I'm gonna have so much fucking leverage in the world, right? Justin, who used to film me, who quit, called me yesterday. I talked to him yesterday and he called me and goes, you know what? I didn't get it when I was on your team. I come out and I'm documenting myself. Justin decided he was gonna be Gary Vee, but he didn't realize all his content was selfish and it clicked. So now he's starting a new series where it's like Humans of New York. He's gonna literally go up to random strangers, film them and ask them for advice. And then he called me and said, hey, can you do one to give it value? I'm like, of course. What do I want? I want them to think that joining me was the greatest fucking decision of their lives. Right? In the same way that I can impact people that I've never met from afar with content. Imagine how they think I'm a much better guy than you guys do. Anybody who really, really knows, the people who think I'm the best guy are my assistants who have all the information about me, about everything. They see everything I do, exactly how I do it. They know me better than my parents know me. They know exactly the things I do. I say it all the time. I started Wine Library TV that morning when I told Eric Kastner to go to Best Buy to do QVC. And the second the camera came on, I decided to do Wine Spectator because I got scared, literally. I mean, you know how my brain works fast. I'm like, fuck, what if I go to a party and somebody gives me a glass of wine and says, what do you think? And I say, this is shit. And they're like, fuck you, you said it was 95 points on what? I got scared. So then I was like, shit, I just have to say whatever it is. And you know, it's fun to have my dad here. Like, it all makes sense now, but in 2006, and this is February 2006, so this is early 2006, for me to go out and make content, first of all, it was weird. I didn't make content. Second of all, for me to pan shit we sold made no fucking sense. Even Brandon, my best friend, who runs wine library with my dad, who believes in everything I do because he saw the craziest shit when I was a kid at baseball card shows where everybody made fun of me and then it all sold out. Blindly believes in everything. Even he was a little weirded out with wine because you couldn't hide. It was just like, this is bad. And we have like 15 cases downstairs. Like what are we supposed to do with it? You know?